And now on to the Middle East. While fighting continues in Gaza, tensions at Israel's northern border are also intensifying. In fact, there's been an increase in exchange of fire between the Israeli military and Iran-backed Hezbollah, marking a significant escalation of violence and igniting new fears of war on another front. Hezbollah said that it had launched a volley of rockets at an Israeli air surveillance base. However, no damage was reported at the facility, which is about 8 kilometers from the Lebanon border. Israeli Defense Forces said approximately 35 rockets were fired in the attack by Hezbollah, and several of them were intercepted by the Iron Dome air defense system. The IDF chief warned that Hezbollah would pay a very heavy price for these attacks. Hezbollah said that the attack was in response to Israeli strikes near Lebanon's Baalbek that killed 2 of its members.
Its aggression on Baalbek or any other areas will not remain without response, and the resistance will choose the response in the appropriate way. And this is not words for the media. This is a commitment from the head of this resistance and from the fighters of this resistance.
The strikes were among the deepest into Lebanon since the Israel-Hamas war began. Israel's defense minister vowed to step up attacks on Hezbollah even if a ceasefire is reached with Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Now, Israel says it will no longer tolerate the presence of Hezbollah along the Lebanon frontier.
If there is anyone here who thinks that when we will reach a deal to release hostages in Gaza and the fire stops, this will make things easier than what is happening here, they are wrong. We will continue the fire and we will increase it regardless of what is happening in the south until we achieve our goals. The goal is simple: to withdraw Hezbollah to where it should be, either by agreement or we will do it by force.
In an effort to try to tamp down tensions, the United Nations has called for an end to the dangerous cycle of violence, and the United States also said it does not want to see tensions rise further between Israel and Hezbollah. In fact, Washington says it is pursuing a diplomatic path to resolve the issue.
We do not want to see either side escalate the conflict in the north, and in fact, we are going to continue to pursue a diplomatic resolution of that conflict. And while we saw the defense minister's comments, we have also taken note that repeatedly the defense minister and other officials of the government of Israel, including the prime minister, have said publicly that they would prefer the situation to be resolved diplomatically. They do face a real security threat in that there are tens of thousands of Israelis who do not feel safe returning to their homes in northern Israel. That's a legitimate issue that needs to be addressed. We want to achieve a diplomatic path. The government of Israel has said publicly, and they have assured us privately, that they want to achieve a diplomatic path, and so that's what we're going to continue to pursue. And ultimately, that would make military action unnecessary.
Unfortunately, the continued hostilities and related challenges are hampering the ability to safely provide much-needed assistance in border villages. Yesterday, the World Health Organization condemned the killing of 2 paramedics and the destruction of ambulances and vital medical infrastructure in the southern Lebanese village of Blida. That took place over the weekend, saying that attacks on healthcare workers must stop.
Since October 8th, Hezbollah-led forces have attacked Israeli communities and military posts along the border on a near daily basis. The Iran-backed group says it was doing so in support of Gaza. Now, the border skirmishes have resulted in over 50 deaths on both Israel and the Lebanese side. Additionally, around 200 Hezbollah fighters have also been killed.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.